Today we are talking about one of the biggest topics shaping national conversation right now, a story that is touching identity, politics, culture, and the future of how different regions in this country see themselves. And please, as you are listening, kindly like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our updates. It helps the channel grow, and it helps us bring you stories in a clear, calm, and enjoyable way. This whole matter began when the Middle Belt Forum came out openly to say that they do not believe in the idea called One North. According to them, the Middle Belt region has its own identity, its own unique cultures, its own history, and its own understanding of how things should work. And because of that, they do not accept being grouped automatically under a northern regional bloc that is traditionally controlled by institutions linked to the Sultanate. Now, let me break this down gently so everyone can understand. The Middle Belt is that central region of the country that carries many diverse ethnic groups. These groups are not the same as the ones that have historically controlled the political narrative of the North. So for many years, the Middle Belt has been saying, we are different, we have our own story, we want to be recognized for who we are. But recently, their voice became louder because discussions around regionalism and restructuring became stronger across the country. Please remember to like this video and subscribe so you can follow every part of this gist. What made this matter even more serious is that the Middle Belt Forum explained why they cannot accept a system where the entire northern region appears to be represented by a traditional or religious authority that does not reflect all groups within that region. They said the idea of One North was created during colonial times for political convenience. And because of that, they believe it should not continue in a modern Nigeria where every group wants fair recognition and equal voice. They also pointed out that many communities in the Middle Belt existed long before the formation of the North as a political bloc. These communities had their kingdoms, their traditions, and their structures. So they asked, why should we lose our identity because of an arrangement that was not created by us? This question is now sparking many reactions from citizens across the country. And again, if you are enjoying this breakdown, kindly like this video and subscribe to stay updated. The Middle Belt Forum also mentioned something very important. They said that the structure called One North often gives more influence to certain groups while sidelining others. And for a region with hundreds of ethnic groups, they feel that their people deserve equal respect and space in national conversations. This point touched many listeners because people from that region have long felt that their voice is not fully heard when national issues are discussed. To make things clearer, imagine being placed inside a group where you are expected to follow decisions that do not reflect your culture, your needs, or your experiences. That is the feeling the Middle Belt Forum is describing. They want partnership, not subordination. They want cooperation, not overshadowing. They want recognition, not absorption. And please, while you are listening, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to help us grow. This entire conversation became even hotter when the forum explained that the cultural and political leadership of the North cannot automatically speak for the Middle Belt. They said that the Middle Belt is not a religious extension of the North, nor is it a cultural extension. Instead, it is a collection of distinct groups that have shaped their own identity since ancient times. This is why they are now insisting on a new structure if regionalism must happen. Another interesting part of this gist is that the Middle Belt Forum is not rejecting the idea of regional cooperation. They are simply saying, if we are going to form a region, let the region reflect who we truly are. They even suggested that there could be a Western Middle Belt and an Eastern Middle Belt, depending on how the people want to arrange themselves. So they are not pushing for separation, they are pushing for fairness. If you are following the conversation, please like this video and subscribe. More gist is coming. Now, another point that is shaping reactions is the symbolic reference that some people used when they said the Sultan collapsed over the matter. This is not a physical collapse. It is a symbolic way of saying that the traditional influence of the Sultan over the Middle Belt is being rejected. The forum made it clear that their decision is not against any person, but against an outdated structure that does not reflect their identity. This symbolic collapse shows that Nigeria is entering a period where regions want to define themselves clearly. People want to protect their heritage. Communities want to control their own destiny. And national unity, according to many analysts, will be stronger when every group is recognized for who they are, not when they are forced into one identity that does not match their history. Please remember, kindly like this video and subscribe, because these conversations are important and we want you to stay informed. Another angle of this story is the growing call for restructuring across the country. Many groups, not just from the Middle Belt, are saying that the old arrangement of zones and regions no longer works perfectly for the modern realities of the country. People want fairness. People want their voice to count. People want a structure that allows everyone to feel included. The Middle Belt Forum's stance is now adding energy to that national discussion. They also announced plans for a major stakeholders meeting that will bring together leaders from all Middle Belt states to decide their collective position moving forward. This meeting is expected to shape major political debates in the coming months. Analysts believe that it could change how the region negotiates with other political blocs and how they position themselves in national dialogues. And please, kindly like this video and subscribe right now if you haven't. It helps us keep this content going. Now let us talk about why this topic is resonating deeply with citizens. For many years, people in the Middle Belt have faced challenges related to identity, representation, and fairness. Many communities in the region feel affected by security issues, land disputes, and cultural tensions. Because of that, the push to reclaim their identity is coming from a place of long-standing frustration. But in this presentation today, we will keep everything calm, respectful, and ad-friendly. So instead of focusing on conflict, we will focus on the bigger point. People want respect for who they are. They want recognition. They want fairness. These are natural desires for any region. And once again, if you are still with me, like this video and subscribe to support the channel. Now, let's look at the wider implication of this big announcement. If the Middle Belt successfully asserts its distinct identity, it could inspire other regions to define their own interests more clearly. It could also lead to a national conversation about how traditional institutions interact with modern governance. Some traditional roles were created during colonial times. Others were given national-level positions that may not reflect the diverse structure of today's society. This Middle Belt position is indirectly questioning how these roles should function in a modern state. It is not a confrontation, it is a national reflection. And remember, please subscribe and like this video so you won't miss updates as this matter continues. As we move forward, many citizens are watching closely to see how leaders from the core north, the Middle Belt, and the rest of the country will respond. Some are calling for dialogue, some are calling for unity based on fairness, some are saying that if every region is respected, national unity will naturally be stronger. One thing is clear, this conversation has opened a new chapter in how people think about regional identity. And if you like how we are breaking it down, kindly like this video and subscribe. Let us also talk about how ordinary citizens are reacting. Many people from the Middle Belt feel encouraged that their leaders are now speaking with one voice. Some citizens from other regions are also showing support because they believe that a fair system benefits everyone. Meanwhile, some others believe that this conversation should be handled carefully so that national unity remains strong. But overall, the tone of the public reactions is becoming positive. People want fairness, not tension. And please, do well to like and subscribe right now. As we prepare to close this part of the gist, one major takeaway stands out: identity matters. When people feel seen, recognized, and respected, national unity becomes stronger. The Middle Belt's decision to define its identity is not an attack on anyone. It is a request for equality. It is a push for a structure where every group feels at home. This story will continue as stakeholders meet, as leaders respond, and as discussions about restructuring gain more attention. We will bring you every update in the calmest, clearest, and friendliest way possible.